What's up, guys? What's going on? Turning it in for week 5. It's not getting any prettier now, is it? Bills drop. A, I can't even think of a word to describe what I saw last week. I don't even want to say embarrassment because it's past that. That was a pathetic display of football. How about that? A pathetic, absolutely pathetic display of football. Um, they lost 38-10. Again, I was way off in this, so I apologize if I misled you. I was being negative, and I probably should have picked the Dolphins to win, but I didn't. And that's in the past. I mean, I could go on again about coaching. I see a lot of people are putting up Dick Duran must go things. Maybe you're right. I'm not in that position. Maybe we need more balls and less Dick. How about that? More balls, less Dick for the Bills. But I can't control that. There's one guy pulling the strings, and he's 91 years old. So I can't affect that. So as long as Dick Duran takes the field for this team, I got his back. Maybe it's time for a change, but I can't control that, so I'm not going to worry about what I can't control. However, I'm still going to break this game down against the Browns this week for you. The Browns are a horrible team. Plain and simple, the Browns are not a good football team. The Dolphins last week, different story, 0-3, but they played good football teams. They were a good football team. I know they didn't have Chad Pennington, but again, let's just forget about the Dolphins game because I don't even want to relive that. That was one of the worst losses I've ever had to sit through. But the Browns are not a good football team, period. At all. They just downright suck. They're 0-4. They really haven't been in most of the games except against Cincinnati, where they take it to overtime. Good for them. I'm still not a believer. Okay. And then they trade away Braylon Edwards this week for Chancey Stuckey and a special teamer. This guy's a pretty good special teamer. He was named Special Teams Player of the Week, I believe, this past week. But nonetheless, it's nothing that's going to affect this team this year. If anything, I think it makes them worse. Braylon Edwards needed to be a bigger part of that offense, and he just wasn't. I know he drops a lot of balls and things like that. But, now he's in the Bills division, so now he'll probably turn into a Pro Bowler. But, again, we play the Jets next week, so we'll worry about Braylon Edwards next week. This week, the Browns, huge quarterback debacle. Brady Quinn, Derek Anderson, I think Mangini's handling all that thing completely wrong. You got to grab one guy and stick with him, whether that be Quinn or Anderson. You can't just keep going back and forth. I mean, it's ridiculous. Pick your guy and stick with him. I mean, I know the offense is pretty bad. He doesn't have a good running back. He doesn't have good receivers. I don't know who this Mohamed Massaquoi guy is, but I don't expect him to be putting up 150 yards receiving every week. Other than that, I mean, he has nobody. Chauncey Stuckey now, but I don't think he's going to have a big impact. Steve Hyden, I don't know. Offensively, this team is a mess. But last year, the Bills made it easier for the Browns, so they didn't have to have an offense, really. Trent threw 3 picks in his first 4 throws on Monday Night Football. I was sitting there, and oh my God, it was awful. It was awful. That obviously can't happen again, but what I would expect to see is the Browns run that 3-4 again, dropping 7-8 guys, confusing the hell out of Trent, and he's dropping it, checking it down, 8 to 10 times. Lynch had 10 catches in that Cleveland game. 10. Way too many. Mind you, I'd like to get these guys, Jackson and Lynch, screen passes every now and then because, they're good in the open field once they get the ball, but 10 times, come on. It was a game Lee Evans didn't have a catch in. It was first or second time in his career. It was just an ugly game. But you know what? Trent brought them back, and they were in position to win. If Phil Dawson doesn't hit a field goal from South America, and then Ryan Lindell misses from 47 yards out, maybe the Bills probably win that game. Does it change the whole scope of the season? Probably not. Maybe they go 8-8 instead of 7-9, but that would be something to build on. Anyway, this week, I'm not sure about who's playing and who's not defensively for the Bills in terms of Brian Scott, Dante Whitner, McKelvin obviously not playing. But I wasn't too upset with the corner play last week. It was obviously the running game. Ronnie Brown just running all over the place in that stupid Wildcat, and Ricky Williams doing whatever he wanted. Uh, just ridiculous. And Marcus Buggs clearly cannot, or is not ready to play middle linebacker, and that is why I'm assuming they put Kavika Mitchell at middle linebacker with Ashley Palmer, who's a rookie who you don't even know what you're getting there, and Ellison on the outside. Uh, okay, maybe we'll see if it works. I'm not sold on Mitchell. I don't see what all these Bills fans, why they don't, they criticize Whitner and Schobel, even though Schobel's been better, and Kelsey for not making plays. Mitchell is not a very great linebacker. Mitchell is a solid starter. It's really all he is. I mean, he averages, I believe, like a interception and a couple sacks per year, about 75 tackles. It's very mediocre numbers for a linebacker. I don't see why people think he's this beast because he had one good game in the Super Bowl or one good year with the Giants on a well-rounded defense. But he's solid. He'll get the job done. He'll probably make tackles downfield, but it is what it is. I can't control that. I just hope he plays better at middle linebacker. He said he would be open to doing so. And now Lesney's out. Hopefully he'll be back soon, but God knows that. Dick Duran won't give us a timeline and stuff like that. Whatever. Offensively, for the Bills, run the football. Run the football. Shaun Rogers is there. The offensive line is so bad. I can't even describe it. It's so bad. Like Kirk Chambers, what did I say last week? It is so bad. It is really, really bad. But run the football. Try to establish that run. Open up the pass. It's something we haven't been able to do. Something we did against the Patriots, and look, it worked. They're going to stick with the no huddle. Good. Keep Shaun Rogers running. Guy's a fat mess. There's no way he's going to be able to keep up with that no-huddle offense. Throw the ball. The corners are awful. I can hardly name a couple players in the Browns defense. Usually I'm pretty good at things like that, but Brodney Poole? Is he still there? I don't know. Who do they have? Abram Elam. There you go. Abram Elam. That's probably one of their best corners. But throw the ball on these guys. Come on. Make something happen. Show me something different, AVP. Come on. You brilliant play calling in week 1. Where's it been since then? Stop kicking field goals. TJ Houshmandzadeh once said, good teams get it in the end zone. Our team kicks field goals. A team like us kicks field goals. And that's all we do is kick field goals or don't score points at all. Get it in the end zone. Drive it down the field. Show some ingenuity. Does that fall on Trent? Maybe a little bit. That falls on everybody, though. Offensive line, Trent. I really honestly can't even blame T.O. or Evans or the receivers because I don't know if they're open downfield and Trent's just not looking. But they're not really at fault. They're not dropping a whole lot of balls. T.O. dropped a couple, but that's beside the point. For defensively, blitz the hell out of Derek Anderson. Their line isn't very good. They don't have a lot of downfield threats, receiving threats, running back threats. Jerome Harrison, sure, he can run a mile a minute, but if he doesn't have any holes, it's not going to help. So just take care of business, guys. In the end, yeah, I think the Bills are going to win, and I know it's sounding like, oh yeah, I think the Bills are going to win every week because I would have them at 4-1 right now. But you know what? Maybe they should be. Probably not. But if they were playing any other team, I'd probably predict them to lose. If they were on the road at Cleveland, I'd probably predict them to lose. But I think they're going to beat the Browns this week at home. Probably by a tune of nothing very high. Again, 20-10. They beat the Browns. 20-10. If they allow any more points, I'll be disappointed. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking with me this long. Let me know what you think. I'll see you guys next week for the Jets. Go Bills. Enjoy the game on Sunday. See you later.